There once was a boy named Theo, whose world brimmed with curiosity. He lived in a bustling city where gadgets gleamed and screens flickered, and where the newest invention was always just around the corner. Theo loved to create. He sketched robots, built models from discarded boxes, and imagined stories that leaped from the pages of his notebooks. Yet, he often found himself searching for the perfect tool, a pen that glided like silk, markers with 100 shades, or digital tablets that promised limitless possibilities. One rainy afternoon, as Theo wandered through his grandmother's attic, he stumbled across a small, worn box. Inside lay an old pencil, its wood faded, its eraser nearly gone, and its tip dulled from years of use. It was nothing like the shiny art supplies he coveted. He picked it up, turning it in his hands, wondering what stories it held. His grandmother entered the attic, her eyes twinkling as she saw Theo's discovery. She told him that the pencil belonged to his grandfather, a man who had loved to draw and write, and who had believed that creativity came not from having the best tools, but from seeing the world in a different way. Theo was unconvinced. How could something so simple, so ordinary, help him create the extraordinary? Still, he tucked the pencil behind his ear and carried it down to his room. That evening, as the rain drummed on the window, Theo found himself reaching for the old pencil. He pressed its tip to a blank page. The lines it made were soft, imperfect, nothing like the bold strokes of his markers or the crisp lines of his tablet. Yet, as he drew, he found himself slowing down, noticing the way the pencil responded to pressure, how a gentle curve could become a mountain, and a little smudge could evoke a shadow. Without the distraction of color or digital effects, Theo's imagination filled in the gaps. He drew a forest with trees that bent in the wind, a rocket launching into the stars, and a portrait of his grandmother laughing. With each drawing, he realized that the pencil allowed for mistakes. A quick swipe could erase an errant line, and a smudge could transform into something beautiful. The simplicity of the tool invited him to experiment, to play, and to explore without fear. As the days passed, Theo grew fond of the old pencil. He began to appreciate the value of simplicity in a world that often chased after complexity. He understood that creativity was not just about having the latest technology or the fanciest supplies. It was about finding meaning in ordinary things, about letting ideas grow from the smallest spark. The pencil became his companion, a reminder that the heart of creativity lay within and that even the simplest tool could unlock a world of imagination. Theo's drawings gained a new depth. He shared them with his friends, who were surprised by how expressive they were, despite being rendered in nothing but pencil. Some asked him why he didn't use more advanced tools, and Theo smiled, explaining that sometimes the simplest things help you see the world more clearly. He encouraged them to try it for themselves, to let go of perfection and embrace the joy of creating with what they had. In time, Theo's story spread. Others found their own old pencils, brushes, and notebooks, rediscovering the magic of simplicity. The city, once obsessed with the latest trends, remembered the value of slowing down and seeing beauty in the basics. And Theo, with his grandfather's pencil in hand, continued to create, reminding everyone that true creativity is not about what you have, but how you use it, and that sometimes the simplest tools can help us dream the biggest dreams.